Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Danny McHale with another video. I just wanted to talk to you guys about the DJI Mavic Pro. The DJI Mavic Pro is DJI's newest drone. I believe it came just after the Phantom 4 Pro. The DJI Mavic Pro is by no means any comparison to the Phantom 4 Pro. The Phantom 4 Professional is definitely for people who are looking for more of a professional quadcopter. The DJI Mavic Pro is definitely for a prosumer. It is $1,000 for the drone. As you can see here, I actually bought the Fly More combo. The Fly More combo comes with a couple extra things. It has a battery bank which actually connects to one of the batteries, and it has a USB port which you can use to charge maybe your remote. So what you can do is you can say, oh, I have 3 batteries, because the Fly More combo comes with 2 extra batteries on top of the one that's already included with the Mavic Pro. Let's say your remote is near dead and you don't feel like flying with just your cell phone, because you can just fly using your iPhone or Android device that is supported by DJI. So if your RC is dead, you can actually use the power and siphon it off of the Mavic Pro's battery and use that converter that comes with the Fly More combo to go ahead and charge up your remote, or you can charge up your cell phone. So I wanted to talk to you guys real quick about my first impressions of the drone. So the Fly More combo here is actually pretty cool. One of the things it comes with is the bag, obviously the battery bank. It also comes with an adapter where you can charge or really hook up 4 batteries at a time, and they all clip on. And the benefit of that is if you're like me who loves to fly all the time, if I just use the normal charger, which is right here, I can only charge 1 battery at a time while it's connected. And so when that battery is full, let's pretend I go to sleep while I leave a battery on the charge. What it'll do is it'll fully charge up the battery and then it'll stop charging. But with that dock, once 1 battery is charged, it'll move on to the next one. And then when that one's done, it'll move on to the next one. And when that one's done, it'll move on to the next one. So it's a lot better than just having 1 port. And it's a square shape. I'll actually include a picture of it or a link to what comes with the Fly More combo in the description. I actually have a USB cable here because there are 2 ports on the charger. I usually charge via micro USB for the remote. Now let's get into the contents of the bag, but as you can see, the charger is not very long. It's very compact. It's very nice. I'm actually not home. I'm actually at my fiance's house right now, so I do not have the charging dock. I actually have it in my bedroom at home. So this is the bag. There are a couple compartments here on the bag. The first thing is this top compartment. It holds the micro SD card reader, so I can plug it into my MacBook. The bag is pretty stiff once you first get it, and it feels very high quality. It takes a little bit of time to break it in, so you'll feel like nothing really fits in here, but give it a couple days and it will fit. One thing I wanted to mention is I cannot fit this charger inside of the shoulder bag because I'm afraid to put it on this side so it presses on the remote, and I'm afraid to put it on this side so it doesn't press on the Mavic. So what I actually have been doing is I've been putting this charger for the Mavic, I've been putting it inside of my computer laptop bag whenever I travel. So in this pocket, I'm going to go outside to inside. In this pocket, I have one of the batteries, and then there's nothing else in this pocket. I don't keep anything on the side pockets because I feel like it presses too hard where the Mavic is, and I don't want to crush the Mavic because, again, this bag is very compact. So this is the Mavic. When the Mavic fits in it, I typically put it in face down in here, and then I just kind of slide it through, and it fits pretty well. These 2 legs fit inside of the lip of the bag here. The remote, this is one thing I do not like about the bag. So it actually presses on the sticks inside the bag here. And so I don't like how it puts pressure on the bottom stick, and it always keeps it pushed in like this. So I actually bought 2 adapters. It's like a plastic piece where it goes here and kind of locks them in place. So even when I stick it inside the bag, it will not put pressure on this inside of the bag. And when you want to take the controller out, it's this way, spin it towards you, and then this one, spin it away from you, just like that. And then obviously these fold out to fit your cell phone. Now, I was looking online for information on if I can fit an iPhone 7 Plus in here, and the answer is yes. Without a case, it is a lot more comfortable than it is with a case. So with a case, it's not perfect because this cable that kind of tucks in here, right, does not really go in fully because I cannot put this in the little nook and cranny here on the remote. So every single time I fly, I actually take off this case. Now this case is not super thick, but it definitely adds enough thickness where it will not fit in the remote. Now, my recommendation to someone is either take your phone out of its case every single time you would like to fly, or get a different cable and don't use the one that came with the Mavic controller. Plug it in here and use your own lightning cable on the outside. It will kind of just obstruct your grip a little bit here. It won't be as clean. Or you can just take off your case whenever you fly. Or you can just buy a very thin case. Now, going on to the next thing is I actually keep the other battery underneath the slot for the controller, and this is where I put the third battery. Now, obviously, there's 1, 2, and then 3 batteries because it's included in the quadcopter itself. Now, the Mavic is, in my opinion, the best drone I've ever had. Now, anybody who has tuned into other videos on my channel, you understand that I used to have a Phantom 3 Standard. Now I have a Phantom 4, and just recently I bought a Mavic Pro. Now, with the Mavic Pro, a couple of things I want to hit on. The first thing is the camera quality. If you know what you're doing in regards to adjusting the ISO, the shutter speed, and definitely working with a couple of the white balance options, and never forget that autofocus does not work very well. The best thing to do is tap on your screen on whatever you want to focus on, or what you can do is go ahead and designate one of these 2 buttons to always be your focus. So I push this one and it will automatically center focus. This is the button that I programmed. Now this remote is different than other remotes. So it is very compact, but it has this little button here where you can kind of designate what each positioning will change as far as what the drone will do. Now, when I push down, the gimbal will shoot down. When I push up, the gimbal will go up. When I go right, it will zoom out. When I go left, it will zoom in. And it's very cool. Now, another feature of this drone that not a lot of people talk about is tripod mode. Tripod mode essentially slows down the quadcopter and allows you to be a lot more precise with how you take your photos or videos. In my personal opinion, this drone is definitely the most useful drone for anyone who's a prosumer or just a hobbyist. It's very tiny and it folds out like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. And obviously you pull this thing out and pull the gimbal clamp off. This drone is fantastic. My fiance and I just went for a very long walk. I just threw the Mavic in this bag. I didn't even bother taking the DJI Mavic remote with me. I actually just used my cell phone, and it took some awesome pictures of us right by a lake. Now, the cool thing about this drone is a lot of people have questions. How do you use your phone to control it? Well, the best way to do it, pull the tab here where your micro SD card resides, and there's a switch that you flip here where you can switch it from RC, which is remote controller, to Wi-Fi. Now, what that will basically do is give you a Wi-Fi connection so that you can connect to the drone with your cell phone, kind of like the Phantom 3 standard. Now, the next step to do is go ahead and take the battery off, and right here we'll have the information regarding the SSID and the password. Now, what you'll do is once you flip it to Wi-Fi, turn the drone on, go to your smartphone, look at your Wi-Fi list, and choose whatever information your Mavic says on the inside. Then go to the DJI app and you'll be connected right away. On my iPhone 7 Plus, I did not have any issues. Now, people have been reporting that there are issues with this drone regarding video quality, 1080p at 30 frames per second, and that was fantastic. 1080p at 60 frames per second is disappointing, but I'm gonna see what other tweaks I can make, and maybe I can make the picture look a little bit better. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.